Hi, Aries. I came on a bit early. Thank you for being here. This is your love and romance reading. And yes, all our hearts get a loved one sent from your Father in heaven. Now I've got the fairy wishing well came out for you. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So we're looking at your order. The angels and the fairies are manifesting instantly what you think about. We're creating. So manifestation, expectations, and offerings. Let me know your name and your location. I think it's Dottie. Where are you from? I'm Bella Katrina from Sydney, Australia, and I can bring you healing, guidance, and messages today. It says, breathe not a word to a harsh and critical person about your wish. Nurture your wish with practical steps each day. Face your fears and release them, and become ready for the wish to be granted. We're calling the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. We also have the saints and angels came in for you. These are from Doreen, I was going to say Delaware. Doreen Virtue. You're from Delaware. Welcome. I love knowing your name and your location, and thank you for commenting and for being with me here. So people make offerings to this fairy wishing well for centuries, perhaps even millennia. But the gold they are leaving here is heavy with their expectations. So much so that her energy is drained as she struggles to undertake the granting of so many wishes. So she must carefully weigh each wish, take it in her hands and feel the energy. Those wishes that are for the highest good of all and that are made by people with open hearts are granted, though that process can still take time. So let's open our hearts and say, I am now open and receptive to all good. And we're activating self-love Reiki here, and we're bringing in the spirit of divine love and wisdom. Fairies are close, granting your every wish. What we're thinking about, we're creating instantly, because we're moving into a higher vibration. You know, the electromagnetic field of the earth doesn't take that much time for it to go through. It's not as dense anymore. So things are coming back faster. And you notice that if you have a loved one, a partner that has created some karma in their life, you can see it come back to them really quickly. Sometimes it's best to step out of the way and let that karma take place. You see, we can sometimes be granted our wish, often after a great deal of effort from the fairies, and yet we are not ready for that which we thought we wanted more than anything. So our role is to trust, to surrender, to clear the way, and do what needs to be done to be emotionally, spiritually, and physically ready for the wish we have asked for to be granted. Build a fairy shelter at the water's edge. A fairy door will give them a portal through which to enter. 'Tis all in the intent with which you build. Isn't that beautiful? This card is the card which demonstrates we have mastered the making of money in some respects. Oh, Frankie, thank you so much, darling. I felt that in my heart. It's weird. Thank you for your kind donation. That's amazing. We have mastered the making of money in some respects. We have learnt of its ability to affect family, prestige, and standing. We have allowed it to come into our life, and we have seen some of the impact it can have. But have we learnt to allow it to flow like the waters of the well, and to trust that all our needs are divinely taken care of? This card will, while showing us that creating with money is definitely something we are working at mastering, reminds us we may get caught up in that process and forget to an extent about the source, which is ourselves and our connection with God. Is the magic circle of your coin ignited spiritually as well as materially? What is it that you are creating with your prosperity? Ponder these questions without judgment and love being connected to both the source and the outcome. Welcome. Time to make your wishes. Now we're looking at wishes with love, integrity, and forgiveness. If you harbor any anger in your heart, release it to Jesus. He's the one that died on the cross for your sins, so he's already paid the price. So you get freedom. And then you can open your heart to unconditional love and let it flow through you. We're going to do a snapshot here from Lucy Cavendish Tarot. And we're just going to see the energy and love and romance we're looking at. We also have the romance angels here. And I work very closely with Archangel Michael and Jesus. the Holy Trinity, really, since I received the Holy Spirit. And I offer that to you at Holy, 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 and also at Set the Addict Free. We're going to get a message from your beloved as well, the one who's on their way to you or is with you, or maybe you're in separation while things change. Now, it just seems to me the angels are showing me that sometimes you're a little bit out of, a little bit early. So you may be early, like you might get feelings early in a relationship or more intense than your partner. So what do we need there? That word I don't like. But I am patience. So we need patience for them to catch up, right? This is not normal times. We're all changing, fluctuating, changing our energy field. It's windy in Sydney, Australia, so I'm having a windy hair day. So thanks for joining me. We have a test of courage here underneath, and follow your dreams to relationship bliss. See, it's a test of courage, balancing your emotions. We're becoming masters of our emotions. And then look, I love this card, especially for Aries. This is the Ace of Wands, so it's a spark that's lit. And this flame, should you choose to ignite it, will flourish and grow. But you need to keep the embers glowing, they're showing me, by bringing through intentions every day. Imagine having a brainstorming session once a week. Catherine from Ottawa, Ontario, welcome. And having a meeting, a brainstorming meeting with your beloved on how you can love each other more. Imagine that. You could do love minutes, do you love it? And have love meetings. So that's an idea. And sharing with each other how the week went, and what you could do to, it's like bring more love to the relationship, but sharing what makes you feel loved. So that's really important. We're doing a snapshot here of energy. It's a 7-card layout. Oh, I'm going to put that one underneath. So this is your hopes and also your fears. This is your intention. So you would write it down. That's really a powerful time because the new moon's coming up. So my intention is to fall madly in love with the one who's perfect for me. I say the partner who's mine by divine right. That's what you're asking for. It's better not to ask for a particular person, and then if that person shows up, all the better. So you can write it down because that gets it out of your etheric mind onto the earth plane, and then you can either magnify it with rose quartz crystals or put it on your fairy wishing well. Oh, fairy wishing well. So cute. Now I've seen fairies, so I don't normally talk about things that I haven't seen. So fairies are real to me because I do believe in fairies. I do. So here is the last 2 months have been a bit topsy-turvy. I'm wondering how to think about life and, things that once served you. They're really agitating you. And also remember you're early. I don't know why they keep saying that. So when you're early, you have to wait. You do have to be patient. So it's like you're not patient, Aries. They show me. So you can be early and then not wait, and then you leave and you miss out. So we want to bring you into the present moment today as a Reiki master. I can actually bring you healing. I'm going to bring you the master symbols of Reiki, but they're also showing me Tamasura, 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 because you're not well. I feel like your energy's low. When you have a low immune system, you get coughs and colds and sniffles and sore throats. So we're bringing in Tamasura and Osho, Osho, Osho. Lots of you have done your Reiki Mastership with me. Not lots, but Reiki 1 and 2. So activate the symbols if you're with me here now, because we're amping it up for the collective. Now, that was the past. Balance restored, a resolution, even though I don't think it's the resolution that you wanted. Here you are nervous about change. This was been about peace at any price, I feel here. Could be in the workplace, but we're doing a romance reading. And then you're nervous about change. And then the death card is releasing past. Look at that change. So you've resolved something you thought was going to be better, and so it's just sort of an equilibrium, it's like, okay, that's put to bed, so to speak. And then nervous about the next thing that's coming through, the next relationship. See the butterflies there? Because of the metamorphosis that you're going through. Things that you once liked, you're not liking anymore. So it can feel like a bit like you're in flux. And if you're with somebody, your partner will be noticing that, and it can, come out in agitation. Here is the energy around you. This is the Six of Cups. So looking back on how that didn't work, I also get trying not to make that person be who you want. It's like release the person if it's not working. You do your soulmate Reiki and it raises your vibration, and so they either raise and come back to you or somebody else comes in. But you're going through a profound change, Aries, so allow yourself to be in the chrysalis state, you know, not really worrying about what's not working. He is focused too on what didn't work in the past. So flip that around to what did you like about them, or what do you like about the opposite sex, I was going to say, or, you know, a partner in general. What lights you up? What do you like about people? Because the outcome here is quick and swift, right? As soon as you get organized, there's an Eight of Wands and the Emperor's here. I feel that some of you will be letting go of somebody you thought was going to be your emperor. Now, sometimes the emperor comes back in here as an emperor because they weren't an emperor here, but they're coming back in, or somebody new shows up. Also, I just have to tell you, a lot of you would be very good at doing your own business, you know, bringing your own energy forth, just trying to get grounded. To do that, let me have a look at the Eight of Wands, because this is swift decisions. It might just come out of the blue. So if you're not with anybody at the moment, that's why, because you're changing. And as soon as you go through your full metamorphosis, so to speak, you know, and come out a butterfly, so you're not a caterpillar anymore. It's so beautiful. I'm going to show you what I just saw. So I'm just going to ask about the Eight of Wands, because that's fast movement. They're asking you to prepare by getting organized, setting your priorities. We're doing love here. That's funny. You learned a lot in this past relationship, right? Or even if you've been single, you've learned a lot in the last 2 months that can see you through, because now you know your own integrity and you're not going to go out of that. Underneath is hopes and fears. Like, it's, you just don't want to learn the same lesson over and over again. That's about the karmic stuff that I was seeing in the beginning. So here is the outcome. Here is budget lessons, right? So learning about how much money you need, but this is also showing me that you will always have enough. And sometimes when we focus on money, it disappears, right? So instead of focusing on your connection to source and your life force, like what are you giving in exchange for the money? And the money will automatically show up. Now, what you give needs to bring you joy, really, and happiness. Because here's the Magician. Once this low energy of this change and metamorphosis happens, you move into a high manifestation, like I said. So this would be a good idea to set your intention and then put the date, say by such and such. So I want to be madly in love and $1 million in the bank by December the 20th, 2019, or something better. And you got to put who with a person who's madly in love with me, eh? Do you get that one? That's funny. Because you've been burning the candle at both ends, you know, like getting up early, staying up late. And this has also been affecting your nervous system through caffeine, nicotine, sugar, things like that. So being kind to yourself, knowing it will pass this time. It won't be slow and boring, because the Eight of Wands are here. This is what's showing us about the Eight of Wands, to prepare. If you've been in a legal case or custody, or with a tribunal or HR department, this will actually work out in your favor, but you need to please keep grounded and sober. Sober. That's funny. Sorry, I don't know what I'm going to say till it comes out. That's why I'm channeling. So I find it fascinating. So this is justice here, right? So there is a justice around that relationship. You'll see why it didn't work and how it wasn't the best for you, and how, you know, sometimes you hold on longer and that puts you out of timing for the next. So this has had to change because it just doesn't suit you anymore, right? And then here comes is that an 8? Yeah. So we've got the Eight of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. So if you are going for a relationship, it looks like, you know, you've been hitting below your weight. So they talk about that in boxing. So you are hitting below, you know, it's like, how low can you go? So that's where the equilibrium is again. You're not seeing yourself as amazing as other people see you. So it's lifting your own thoughts up. So this is what we do in our soulmate Reiki. So lots of you have done that. It's an attunement, an activator, and a workshop to help you get clear on your needs, deal breakers, blah, blah. So that's also an attunement. So it changes your frequency. Right, so it helps clear any exes, any past loves, and it raises your vibration. We go up and we send a soul call out to your beloved, activates your hearts, and then they meet. They're GPS systems. So this is saying to build your confidence up a little bit by saying 8 reasons why you're a good catch. You're hot stuff, Aries, right? You've got a great sense of humor. You've got, I love the your inspiration, you know, and what's it called? Excuse me. Spontaneity is what I'm thinking of. I love that. So Aries, nearly one of my favorite signs. And this is the Aries card. So this is stepping into your own power. And they're just showing me here to not to sign anything in the next 2 weeks until you've read it through, but it's also you're going to feel it in your gut, right? So you've got to listen to your gut and not saying yes to any dates if your gut says no. Because what happens is you go, because in your ego you think, oh, well, it's better than staying at home, but then that brings down your energy field, even if it's with your partner. Also showing me family. There's some family events. You know, like, say you're single and there's Aunt Nellie. Are you married yet? Have you got a partner yet, Bella? So, no, Aunt Nellie, I'm on the shelf, remember? My whole family was saying that at 21, and I am still single, never been married. So here is justice, right? This is your karma coming back, balancing out. So step away from karma if it's somebody else's, because otherwise you get into their drama, and that's the play of the low vibrations. So keeping your vibrations up. I just got a holiday too. But listen, you've learnt your lessons, and you're wiser than you think you are. Do you know what I mean? You're better looking than you think you are. And you're kinder and brighter and more compatible with people than you think you are. You're just going through a change at the moment. So we're just going to ask, what's the guidance for the next 2 weeks coming up to the new moon for Aries in love and romance? And then I'm going to go quickly through the romance angels. This fell out. So this is a judgment, putting the past to rest. What's the point if the most important thing is your happiness? We're not put up like that, are we? We don't think of it. I was just reminiscing about how much life force I used to put into my work, my corporate job. And at the end of the day, I was so tired, didn't even have energy for a relationship. And really, that's the most important thing, is love. We find out now through the power and the glory of your Father and his Son. So let's have a look, Aries. What else do they want you to know about romance? Look at this. Massive change. Now, these are major arcanas. We don't have people in these cards, so it takes out the drama. But this is judgment, you know, the personalities. Judgment and the Hermit. Retreating a little bit, because you're manifesting. So what this is also mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual. And that's what I teach in my Reiki. Reiki level 1 is for physical boundaries. Reiki level 2 is emotional and mental first aid. And then you've got spiritual wings. You receive your spiritual wings, which is what I saw in those other cards I was going to show you. The 8 of Wands. So here they're showing me it's not a different batch. If you don't do different batches of people, I hope I get something for everybody here. And underneath you've been taking a stand, even quietly, people not even knowing, but you're like, I'm going to take a stand here and sit back. This may be waiting for somebody to approach you who actually in the past hurt you. Because they weren't ready. They couldn't see. You were early. I get that again. And the passion is good. So this is the Chariot. You move forward with a broken heart, and now you're balancing. See, this is a chemical reaction within. Like it's an alchemical balance. It's euphoric, this feeling. I have the spirit of divine love and wisdom, so I don't know if it happens without that. But I feel euphoric when this is happening in the Temperance. It's an alchemization of your energy field. So you're going to be balancing out the new you. And what happens is you take a stand for yourself. It's about your gut. So I don't even talk like that. It's the solar plexus. It's your power center. So just ask Archangel Michael now to cut cords of fear that are draining your health and vitality. And if you work in a corporate, they're showing me even with the lights, you know, the fluoro lights, electromagnetic fields, people's energy, you can clear your energy just by your intention clearing it like this. Do you know what I mean? Just pull down your auric field and then set an intention. I intend to have an outrageous demonstration of unconditional love today from my creator. So here's your holiday. This is your Ten of Pentacles, Pina Colada, please. Again, people at work and partners and family see you higher vibration than you see yourself. So this is lifting your own confidence and not letting other people drain you. So love and romance is going to a higher vibration because you're putting your wish in today. And again, we got the decadence and indulgence and wisdom. So you're learning. And just know that this time can feel a bit out of sorts, you know, where you don't fit into that group and you're not there, or your relationship's changing and sometimes you don't want to change. You know, that's the scariest thing for most people. But know that it is going to a high level. The Chariot is helping you with your ascension, so you can get irritable and it's showing me don't eat if you're not hungry. I don't know what that is. Don't eat if you're not hungry. You know how sometimes we eat to be polite, or you finish your meal because we were told, you know, there are people starving in the world, and that's like, it's a weird thing, but that's what happened to me. So letting go of old dogmas of family rituals that don't suit you, and watch and pray that you enter not into temptation. Clear, pure, Catherine. Watch and pray that you enter not into temptation. Matthew 26:41. So what is temptation? You can get tempted by foods, but this is about romance. By not getting tempted on just the sexual energy. You know, your solar plexus, you have to feel confident in their presence. So it's which one, if you had a choice, or I don't feel confident when you do this, and I don't like that feeling, instead of telling that person off. It's learning about yourself here, what makes you feel good, and in whose presence do you feel the best. You know, I am the good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep. John 10:11. 10:11. I just said sometime some of you have met a divine love partner and they're catching up, right? So it didn't feel good, and then you get brokenhearted, think it's all over, but it's not. It's just changing. So detach and let go and see if you can connect closer to your creator. Your faith hath saved you. Go in peace. Because we're in a new covenant here. We don't do good works. There's no commandments. It's just faith alone in Jesus Christ. Thank you, Father, for sending him. Because it was before in the Old Testament, you had to do good works and it was just for the Jews. Now it's the Gentiles, which is us. And anybody can come through to the kingdom just by faith in Jesus. I love that. So easy. So they're asking you to write down 5 things you could do every day to make you feel more confident. Let's see. You could pray, do Reiki, hands-on Reiki on. That always makes me feel good. What else could you do? We read God's word. We do Reiki, exercise. What else makes you feel good? Something that your inner child likes. We're calling the romance angels now for romance for Aries. What's your message, romance angels, coming up to the new moon? High manifestation energy. So know that anything that's dropped away, even if a job, they're showing me a dropped away, or a partner ghosted you. Do you know what I mean? It's gone. Think this is working in my favor. Don't chase anything that is running from you, because that is going to either come back to you changed and healed, or something better will come in. Being very strong, Aries, you've been amazing. So keep going and look after your health. Just because you get germs, I get germs around. I see the oil bergamot, and I used bergamot when I was wanting to leave a job. And I went in and put it all around the desk, and you clear it all out, and you clear your office, right? I had nothing to go to, nothing else, and I just thought I was preparing, and I got files in the car, and I cleared my desk and rubbed the bergamot oil all over the phone, all over everything. And within, it was that day that I left, I actually never went back to the office because of, there's a story, but I don't know why they're showing me to tell you that. I was able to fulfill my contract, my remaining 6 months from home. So I never went back to the office. Well, I didn't have to because I'd already cleared it out energetically, and I thanked it for being there and for looking after me. But and I opened to something new. So if you're wanting to change your job or letting that relationship go, clear it out and thank it for being here, and open to something wonderful and new. Yeah, this person wasn't ready. This person wasn't ready because we've got unrequited love over here, right? So there wasn't a strong enough chemical reaction, attraction. But here, this is about you deciding. That's why the fairy well, wishing well came in, because you're deciding, what is it that I want, right? Do I want somebody who's adventurous and outgoing and fun and spontaneous like me? You go, well, when I come home from my spontaneous activity and get on the plane, they're not at the airport to pick me up. That person's off doing their own thing, having their own spontaneity. So maybe you want somebody who's a bit more grounded, a bit more of a homebody, right? So you can bring the spontaneity and they can anchor the energy down. So here is about somebody's calling you. This is why Jesus says to me, most people, right, well, everyone who does soulmate Reiki will actually bring somebody in. Soulmates appear, but they're already looking for you. That's why I asked Jesus, how come that happens? He said, because the soulmate is already looking for you. Look, it's synchronicity. They're calling you in, you calling them in. Serendipity, synchronicity. So if you have, I do offer a soulmate Reiki attunement, which would be very beneficial for you at this time, because then you can set your intention. So good. We do prayers and affirmations, and you get a Reiki attunement, which is an energy healing attunement. It's not like a healing, it's an attunement. So it changes the frequency. We do the soul call out because they're looking for you. Somebody who you're looking for is looking for you. And then you got this, unrequited love. So that's a thing of the past for you, and you're going to be tested on it. You know, just before you get the romance of a lifetime, the ex comes back. And you're like, oh, I did soulmate Reiki and he's my ex. It must be my love of my life. But it's not. It's a test. It's like, do you want more of the same? Or are you ready for something new? This is the energy around you. This is ascension. So you're ascending. Doesn't feel too good. Can feel, you know, you don't feel unreal in this type of energy that's changing. But you've outgrown people, situations and places. You may even break up with somebody here that doesn't suit you. You're not going to do things from just the sexual energy anymore. You know, you're going to include your heart and your power center. And that what happens is they bring in a perfect match. This is a perfect match. Remember that show, Perfect Match? So it's ascending to a higher level of energy, of vibration. So we're deciding here for you. Put your time and your date, so write it down, because this is not unrequited, right? This is chemistry and love. Just got to trust, Aries, that the right person's coming in for you, the one who's yours by divine right, even if you haven't had anyone for 10 years, or even if you've been with the same person for 22 years. You hand it over. It's a vertical ascension. We don't go into the matrix and make drama. It's a vertical. You go to your Father in heaven, you put your prayer in, because someone's being attracted in to you. So you're going to have a few suitors, showing me, because of your beautiful attraction. You know, you're very attractive. Doesn't matter your body shape or your height, right? Anything that you are critical about. You're very critical in your mind. But maybe that person, that's what does it for them, right? But so you got to own it. You know, like I own it. Not putting ourselves down. I was just about to put myself down. I'm saying don't put yourselves down, even in jest, even in you know, being funny. So this is the outcome. What a beautiful 2 weeks coming up for you. So chemical, not just doing the sexual energy, right? They must make you feel confident, and also love must be present. So it's a different vibration than you've ever had before. Isn't that beautiful from the romance angels? What's going to help that along is saying no to anything that doesn't attract you, and doing a soulmate Reiki prayer, visualizations, affirmations, and that will help you clearly decide. It's on a link below. It's on demand. I did it for you. So you can do the workshops free, then you pay the attunement, and then 3 days later you get an activator. So it's really exciting. So do that. It's under Soulmate Reiki. We have Archangel Michael here before we go to the saints and angels. Oh, so we did that. Detach from situation. Right, detaching from anything that brings you down. It doesn't matter. You're important. You're more important than the job. You're more important than, other people, pleasing other people. I got fly away here. Archangel Michael, I ask you to use your flaming sword to cut any attachment to fear or drama so that I may be centered in the knowingness that peace is everywhere within me and this situation. And again, honoring your feelings, see? They matter. I remember being so closed off that I didn't even know what I felt, because we push it down. So if you have pain and you push it down, it can surface as anger. And then if you push the anger down, that surfaces as depression. And that's where you can't feel your energy. So honoring and trusting your feelings always. When I first started this, I had... working with the Archangel Michael, I remember saying to my boss, so what do you think about that, Bella? I was working with dementia care and depression conference in Sydney. Can you believe it? Head psychologist of Wollongong University. And my response was, my gut went, ugh. So I don't think that's for me. Can you believe I said that? Anyway, it was really funny. He found it funny, but it was like he couldn't argue with that. That was my gut talking. So you can do that because that will give you self-respect. So we say, dear God and angels, thank you for helping me see myself as you see me through the eyes of love. Thank you for honoring and respecting me. Please guide me to do the same for myself and grant me the courage to speak up on my own behalf. I ask for your protection in all of my relationships so that I am surrounded by loving and kind people. So you may want to write that one down and say it daily. It really works. I've been working with Michael for a long time and he really does help you, but the universal law of free will says he can't intervene without your permission. Archangel Michael, thank you for supporting, guiding and protecting me as I listen to and act upon my feelings. Help me understand and express my emotions with love. And that's what's happening through the whole collective and the, our masculine energy within is letting to express itself through love. So that... where are the saints? It's going to change the world. Let's have a look for Aries and their love life coming out. What is the message? What saints or angels are working with Aries before we get a message from their beloved? Now this flew out for you. Oh my gosh, look. See, that was already out and I put it back in. That's so funny, isn't it? So it's Saint Catherine of Alexandria. So do you want to get married? This is your order time, I'm telling you. Do you want to get married? What does marriage mean to you? What type of partner would you like? I'm going to do the whole workshop with you. Please go to Soulmate Reiki, get activated. Do the workshop again because you've changed from last time anyway. Where's marriage? Number 51. I'm just going to read a little bit for you, because I love this card. Saint Catherine is a powerful being who helped Saint Joan of Arc during her visions. Born of Roman nobility in Alexandria, Egypt, Catherine was beautiful and intelligent and came from a wealthy family. Many suitors were attracted to her, but she announced that she had a mystical marriage to Christ. Catherine had a vision that caused her to publicly denounce the emperor. You got the emperor. She was arrested, but her religious arguments converted 50 prosecutors and 200 soldiers, persecutors. Women have long invoked St. Catherine for help in finding a good husband. Ooh, let's read this. This is a message about your present or future marriage. Oh, you could already be in the marriage. It's going to change and move to a higher vibration. You have a spiritual destiny with a spouse who's your soulmate. There's a heavenly purpose for you and this person to be together. And you are supposed to help one another grow and prosper. You recognize your soulmate by having the feeling that you've known each other forever. Synchronistic events bring you together and ship. This card means that a soulmate marital partner is currently in your life or will soon be appearing. If you want to manifest such a marriage, ask St. Catherine to help you attract and discern an appropriate partner. St. Catherine, I call upon you now. I give you permission and ask to help me attract and discern an appropriate marital partner. Help me with my self-honesty, which will allow me to determine whether a relationship is truly healthy and if it's compatible with me. How beautiful. This is your turn. Doesn't matter what circumstances you're in 3D, right? You ask. Don't feel guilty that you have to stay somewhere to please somebody else. That's codependency. We're breaking that. And I know you can feel guilty. It's just hard. That's why we bring in the spirit of divine love and wisdom. If you haven't already, you can go to Holy, Holy, Holy and receive that with me, or you can actually go to Set the Addict Free. I also have self-love Reiki, which will help you align with your heart and speak up on your own behalf. And then I did a meditation afterwards. So I've done a lot of things to help you out. Please take advantage of them. They're very beneficial. Changed my life watching it back. So I know it will help you. Have you lost sight of what is really important, Aries? Remember a time when life was simpler and the world seemed like a giant playground just waiting to be explored. Perhaps it is time to rediscover that world together. So this is a playmate. Makes you feel safe and your inner child comes out to play. Let's get a message from Aries to their beloved. Every loving thought is a seed of love. Sometimes the seed sprouts instantly and other times it lies dormant for a while. And that's what it's in the beginning, lies dormant. So you're faster. The timing really doesn't matter. Love always grows into greater love. And Mimi's here from Louisiana. Welcome. So that's beautiful. And we'll get another message from Aries beloved to them. Let us be the love we seek. Let us be the change we wish to see. Let us give freely to one another without condition, for it is in giving that we receive. So let's say as we close today, I command an outrageous demonstration of unconditional love today from my Creator, and then open to receive. There's great love on its way to you. Take advantage of Soulmate Reiki. Look me up. I'm at reikibybella.com. I'm glad that we've had this time to share together and know that you're not alone and the best is yet to come. And if you need to clear out any past or would like to have a reading with me, I offer a free upgrade and you can have a healing reading and we go into your partner, the Akashic records, and clear the pathway between your heart, your solar plexus, and your sacral. And that's a free upgrade at Psychic Readings under reikibybella.com. You book in your own time zone in the calendar, and I'll confirm with you. I'll connect with you soon. I love you, Aries. Thank you for being here, and bye for now. Love you.